been reporting this for a while, so I guess it's nice to see the media finally catching up, but Britney Spears is going broke. Now, a lot of people have a hard time believing this news because they simply do not understand that a Britney Spears broke and a you broke is two different things. When you think of yourself being broke, you think of yourself not having a dollar to your name or a pot to tinkle in. A Britney Spears broke is totally different because people like you and me and Britney Spears, you know, we live in a totally different world than her. People like you and me can't even hardly imagine the amount of things that Britney Spears spends money on a daily basis. For example, Britney Spears can wake up in the morning and not buy a single thing. She can do what she loves doing the most. She could sit in her living room and spin in circles all day long and still be spending thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. Because Britney has expenses that me and you will never have. Britney Spears has multiple assistants, basically on site 24/7. Britney Spears has multiple bodyguards, basically on site 24/7. Britney Spears has housekeepers. Britney Spears once had a toilet cleaner, but now she's screwing the dude. But that used to be an expense. Maybe she replaced him with a new one, or maybe he's plunging her and her toilets at the same time. But she also has gardeners, people keeping up with her pool, keeping up with her property. And you want to know what the saddest part is? I know that it looks like Britney hasn't washed her hair in months. We literally have not seen Britney with her hair done since the conservatorship ended, yet Britney has a personal hairstylist on site. Last time I checked, it's been a couple of years, but she was spending like 6 figures a year on hair alone, and her hair wasn't even getting done. It literally looks like she rolls out of bed and does absolutely nothing. And if that's what she wants to do, that's fine. But why are you spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to look this way? Also, another sad aspect of this story is that Britney has an on-site personal makeup artist. When's the last time that Britney had her makeup done in a decent looking fashion? Not in the last few years, no. They just give her that smudgy, freaking woman off the streets begging for money hooker type eyes. The eyeshadow, the mascara, I don't even know what to call it. Okay, I'm sure you ladies will know what I'm talking about, but you can't tell me, and I'm a dude, so you all know better than me, most of you all. You can't tell me that it makes sense that Britney is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for the look that she has. And I'm not trying to insult her looks. I'm simply questioning why these people are taking advantage of her and they're not doing her makeup or her hair, but they're sitting here sucking her dry of her money. Now, these are just a few expenses that I can think of off the top of my head. There's way more that I have not listed. So understand that Britney Spears can literally have millions of dollars to her name. Britney Spears can have more money to her name than you or I will possibly ever imagine having and still be broke because that money is flying out of the window faster than it is coming in. Also, people keep bringing up the fact, well, what about her book? She just got $15 million from her book. Or she got this amount from her book, this money, that money. I don't care if she got $100 million from her book. When Britney is going out spending $1 million on vacation, and she's been on like 5 vacations within the last month or so, that money is just going. There's a reason why these celebrities do so much. They have all of these endorsement deals. They're on this commercial, that TV show, this movie. It's because it's really expensive to live these lives. Britney wants to live the life of this A-list celebrity that's still jetting around the world on tour, but she does not have that type of money coming in. And because she's not busy with work, all she's doing is vacationing and just spending money without, more income coming in. Now, of course, she has multiple, streams of income, but it's not enough to sustain the lifestyle that she's currently living. But I honestly understand why people have a hard time believing this news. But like I said, a lot of people, they look at the amount of money that Britney has, or they think she has, and they apply it to their life. Like, oh, if I had this much money, it would last me forever. Because you're thinking about life and living within your means. Britney does not live like me and you. So you have to understand that. You can see these large, amounts of money, but that money flies quickly. And anyone who has ever elevated themselves financially and got to a better place in life will tell you more money, more problems. The more you elevate, the more money you bring in, the more expenses. But let's go ahead and dive into this article and see what's going on. Britney Spears completely dysfunctional, in danger of going broke. Britney Spears is in serious danger on both the mental and financial front and is doing way worse than she was under the conservatorship, sources with direct knowledge say. As for her mental health, sources say Britney is completely dysfunctional since the conservatorship ended. She has no supervision and, according to sources, has radical mood swings that we're told are very shocking. We're also told that she's mostly totally isolated and, as it was put to us, dangerously unstable. We're told that the few people who remain in Britney's life say she was doing much better when she was under a conservatorship. One source said she had lots of freedom in the conservatorship and the restrictions were there to protect her. She is not protected anymore. I want to pause right there because this is something that I've discovered after looking at this for years now. Britney Spears had way more freedom in the conservatorship than what you have been led to believe. There were restrictions there. I don't necessarily agree with conservatorships, but me and you, no matter how much we look into this situation, we don't know the full details of what's really going on behind closed doors with Britney and her family and etc. And if you don't want to believe me, then look no further than Britney herself. You don't have to take this side or that side. I don't care what side you're on. If you want to know the truth, just listen to Britney. She has had ample opportunity. She has had a platform this entire time to voice what has happened to her. And in her moments where she does speak out, she complains about things that do not matter, like having attractive backup dancers that made her feel self-conscious about herself. She's complained about stuff like coffee, limousines. This woman wrote an entire book. She is ranting and raving on Instagram every day. She has yet to provide these shocking details about these things that supposedly happened to her, because none of that stuff actually happened. You don't have to look or listen to me. You don't have to listen to anyone else. You can listen to Britney herself, and you will see that she had way more freedoms than any of us were originally led to believe. But let's go forward. Our sources say that Britney is angry at what's happened since the conservatorship ended, saying that she has gotten absolutely no justice. We're told Britney has been spending a fortune and is in real danger of going broke. Sources say she's been going to French Polynesia, staying at the Brando, and spending close to $1 million each trip between private jets, hotels, staff, etc. She goes every month or two. We're told she also goes to Hawaii almost monthly by herself, taking a private jet, staying in the presidential suite at the Four Seasons, and dropping around $350 or $350,000 a trip. She could not afford this. She had $60 million when the conservatorship ended, and she's now where the conservatorship started financially. She is in danger of going broke. She also just paid over $4 million to her attorney and now owes $2 million to Jamie Spears, her father, to pay his legal fees. So, folks, you think of the number $60 million, and that number is crazy to me and you. But think about it, $60 million. Well, reports are you spent almost $10 million on this legal battle with your dad. And now you're spending another $2 million on his legal fees. And it seems as if, it looks as if you're spending millions of dollars on vacations every month. I mean, it's not far-fetched to believe that this woman is spending a couple of $1 million a month on vacations alone. And that is not even including all the expenses that we talked about at the beginning of this video. And that's not including any of the stuff she buys. I mean, she doesn't really wear expensive clothing, but I do think people around her are taking advantage of her and telling her that the stuff that she does have is more expensive than what she thinks. Because I've noticed multiple times where Britney will claim that she spent a lot of money on designer clothing or a lot of money on wine or something like that, like what happened recently. And it turns out that the designer clothing is fake, and it's like $15 from Temu or Shein or Alibaba Express. And then, you got this wine that she said was $300. It's like $15 from the grocery store. So you got to wonder, are the people around her taking money and skimming it off the top as her assistants go out there to buy her clothes or buy her wine or to buy her whatever she wants? Or do her assistants know that she's going broke and she doesn't have money? So when she sends them to spend a lot of money, they're buying cheap stuff to protect her. Either way, all signs point towards the fact that Britney does not have as much money as you guys think. Either people are taking advantage of her, and they're taking it away, and that's why she's always bragging about designer clothing that's fake and expensive wine that's $15, or the people around her working for her know she's going broke, and they're trying to protect this girl. But like I said, even after watching this video, even after me trying to explain things in a simple way that I think most people should be able to understand, it's going to go right over people's heads. And people will still like fixate themselves on, oh my God, $60 million or $10 million from a book. What about $1 million from this? Yeah, well, what about the expenses? What about what she's spending? I don't care if you make $100,000 a day. If you're spending $200,000 a day, you're going to go broke, people. That's how this stuff works. I don't care what the numbers look like. You see a big number and that's all people see. It's really weird. It's like their brain shuts off and stops working right there, and they're incapable of putting any thought further into the situation. But at the end of the day, if you've been watching my channel and my coverage of Britney for the last couple of years, then this is not a surprise to us. We've all been sitting back waiting on this news to come out, or we've been waiting on the news to catch up with the stuff that we've been talking about. And I assure you, the mainstream media is not caught up when it comes to this Britney situation, because I believe it's far worse than anyone knows. Well, it's far worse than anyone who has not been focused and paid attention on the situation knows. I think we get how bad it is, but I don't think the outside world understands yet. But they're going to find out soon enough. because this woman is on a roll right now, and I do believe that she's going to be spiraling out. So let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. If you would like to donate, you can donate via Cash App or Super Thanks, or for free, you could help the channel by subscribing, ringing the notification bell, sharing the video, commenting, all of that good stuff. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.